Good morning, children. So, today you will learn about the body movements in animals. Okay. The different animals, different organisms, they are having different pattern of movement. Okay. So, that pattern is known as gait. G-A-I-T, gait. Okay. So, the different animals, they are having the special organs also to perform their movement properly, effectively. Okay. And then see, in yesterday's class, I explained about the body movements in fish, right? They have the streamlined body, and then they have the strong muscles also to cover the skeleton of the fish, and they have the zigzag movement. Then what else? Their tail, it helps to make the curve from one side to another side. Okay, because of that it can push its body forward. This only yesterday I explained. So today I am going to explain about the next animal, its body movement, that is in birds. In birds, which kind of pattern they follow. Okay, so here what are the things, features which help the birds to fly? They have one pair of forelimbs. So here for them the forelimbs modified into wings. For us the forelimbs modified into hands, right? So see, these wings, they help them to fly. And not only that, they have the streamlined body. In the yesterday's class also I explained you that what is in the streamlined body. That means it's a head and a tail which is narrower than the middle portion. Middle portion will be broad. Okay, so that structure is known as a streamlined body. Because of this streamlined body, they can fly. That means without difficulty. Okay, effortlessly they can fly. And then for flying, they have to raise their body in the air. For that also, their body should be light in weight, and the bones are hollow. It means because of that hollow bones, the body also light. So they can raise their body up in the air. Okay, all the birds can fly or not? No, all birds cannot fly. Okay, some birds are there, they are unable to fly. They are known as the flightless birds. Okay, like penguin, ostrich, they are flightless birds only. They cannot, their body weight is heavy, too much. And now see, they have modified breast bones also. In that only the wings are attached. Okay, so the wings, for the movements of the wings, the breast muscles help. And how they move also, see, they are having their wings, they are moving, keeping it up and down, so that is the upstroke movement and downstroke movement. When they keep their wings up, that is the upstroke movement, and when they keep their wings down, that is the downstroke movement. Okay, clear? Now the next one, earthworm. In earthworm, which features help them to move and how they move? Earthworm, actually they are living under the soil, so, and not only that, they don't have any bones. They are actually comes under invertebrates. What is in the invertebrate? Invertebrate means the animals which do not have the backbone. So here earthworm, they do not have any bones, but they have a series of muscular rings all over its body that help for locomotion. So what is in by locomotion, children? Locomotion means moving the whole body from one place to another place. Okay, here see, it produces, when it moves, it actually produces secrete a slimy substance like the saliva produces, and through that it moves. It helps to move on the soil. Okay, And not only that, under its body there are large number of hair-like structures are there. Okay, those structures are known as bristles. That also help for movement, and these bristles actually they connect with the muscles. Okay, with the help of these bristles, the earthworms get a tight grip on the soil. Okay, so they need the grip. And then not only that, this earthworm they swallow the soil. It's a food only na, when it swallow the soil and excrete the undigested material when it moves only. Okay, because of that it gives a fertility to the soil. Understood? When they moves in the soil, they swallow the soil and excreted the undigested material. Because of that, the soil becomes loosened and it becomes fertile. And that is what these earthworms are known as the farmer's friend. Okay. And now see the next one, it is the snake. In snake, how the movement occurs. And how the snake's body, see, they have a long body. See that how much long it is, long. And they is see one more thing, when talking to someone else, whether the snake is a vertebrate or invertebrate animals. Many of the children give the answer like they are the invertebrates. They don't know, because see, by seeing its structure, we cannot say that they have the backbone. So children used to make mistake that they are making the loops. See, one in this way that loop making. Because of that, they are thinking that it is also like the earthworm, they don't have any backbone. But children, it is not like that. They are comes under vertebrate and they have long backbone. Okay, and here see, and many thin muscles also along with this, so that it can make its body to so many loops and curves. Okay, and these small thin muscles, they help to interconnect the backbones, ribs and the skin. If you are noticing the snake's movement, you can come to know that it actually move very quickly across the surface. And which kind of movement they give? Zigzag movement. See, downwards you can see it moves, gives the zigzag movement. Okay, and the loop only, because of these loops, it can move its body forward. It can push its body forward. Understood? Snake's movement. I now see the next one is cockroach. This one you all are very aware about this. Mostly you can see at night in your kitchen, and when you enter in the wash basins, sink, there you can see mostly this one. Okay, so this cockroach, it is an insect only. Okay, and see, they have skeleton on their body. See this upper body portion, like this one now, this is actually known as the skeleton of the body. And see, when we are talking about the skeleton, there are different types of skeleton. Mainly the two types of skeleton, endoskeleton and exoskeleton. If the skeleton is present outside the body, that frame structure, when we are talking about our body, the human body skeleton, it is made up of bones, so that framework of bones only. So where it is present? Inside our body, and over that skeleton only the muscles present, so flesh also present, skin, everything on the bones. Okay, so we have an endoskeleton because the skeleton is inside our body. But here you see, for the insects, this cockroach, they are having the exoskeleton. So what are the two types of skeleton? Endoskeleton and exoskeleton. If the skeleton is present outside the body, then it is the exoskeleton, and if the skeleton is present inside the body, then it is endoskeleton. Okay, and what is the function of this exoskeleton? It protects the soft internal parts of the body. Okay, and this how many pairs of legs you can see in the cockroach? See, you can see here three pairs, one pair, second pair, and the third pair. So total three pairs means how many legs? Six legs they have. Okay, and this legs they actually for moving on the floor wherever it want it can, and they have wings also. With the wings it can fly. Okay, and the next one, see, in snail how the movement taken place. Snail is also having this structure. Can you see this shell like structure? This is actually its skeleton. So here in snail also we can see the exoskeleton. Okay, skeleton is outside the body. So if anybody touches, you can see this they withdraw their bodies immediately inside the shell, so that nobody can hurt it. Okay, so it will be safe inside this shell. It roll its body inside. And see this shell is actually not helping for locomotion. Okay, this shell, it is not helping for the locomotion, not for the movement, but it is only for the protection. Okay, because the snail is having the soft body. When this snail also moves now, it also give a that means like a liquid producing from its body. Okay, and see, then which is the locomotory organ of the snail? That is the muscular foot. Okay, they have muscular, thick muscular foot in their body. Okay, that only, that is also where it present, it is below its head. Okay, that helps to drag its body forward. Understood, children? Up to here all of you understood? So we today you learned about the movements in birds, snail, cockroach, and a snake, and even earthworm. Clear? Now from this topic, just I will give some questions. Okay, now do one thing, all of you take out your one page, or in your science copy you can write. Okay, take out, write your name, class and section, all of you. Hurry up, write these questions in your copy. This is actually like the test. Okay, all of you close the book first. Book nobody will open and see. First question, the four limbs of a bird is modified into dash. Four limbs of a bird is modified into dash. Written. Now the next question, the hair-like structures present on the body of earthworm are called dash. The hair-like structures present on the body of earthworm are called dash. Then the third one, the snake moves in a dash manner. Snake moves in a dash manner. Then fourth one, which kind of skeleton is present in cockroach? Which kind of skeleton is present in cockroach? Have you written? Now the fifth question, how many pairs of legs are present in cockroach? How many pairs of legs are present in cockroach? Okay, now I will give 5 minutes. These are one word answers only. So write down the answers. Waiting for 5 minutes. Okay, carry on. Okay, children, finished. Now I am going to share the answers. Okay. All of you check the answers. The first answer, wings. Second one, bristles. And the third answer, zigzag manner. Okay, zigzag. And the fourth one is exoskeleton. And fifth one is 3. So they have 3 pairs of legs in cockroach. Okay, check. Now you came to know how many marks you scored. From that, what you came to know, children, how much you listened the class. Okay, have you listened the class with a concentration or not? From this you came to know, na? Okay, children. Thank you. Have a nice day.